Hello and welcome to another special episode of the Dexter Loves Annie podcast. My name is Kat and I'm coming to you from Buckinghamshire in the UK. I'm a knitter, I'm a designer, I am a crafter, and I have hiccups, I'm so sorry. I'm pre-recording this to keep you entertained while I recover from my operation, and this is the add-on to my Ask Me Questions episode. Kelly of Rowragades asked me what knitting books I have. I can't even lift the stack. I think I've got them all. These are collected over many years, and some have been bought for me, some I've bought myself, some I inherited when I cleaned out mum and dad's house. That was another one over there. I'll have to go and get that. So I'm going to have to not waffle and get on with this because it's quite a big pile. First of all, these two my mum bought me. They were Christmas presents. They're kind of along the same lines. Knitting for dogs and cats. And fabulous fashions for dogs. Knitting for dogs. They're all a bit fancy schmancy. It's quite good for getting the basic kind of structure. Some of them are just bloody ridiculous, frankly. Walk in the park bag. I mean, really. Leg warmers for dogs. Collars for dogs, I would say no. Not unless your dog has absolutely rock solid recall. A couple of toys which would die instantly if I gave them to Annie. Again, another weird collar, felted collar with studs on it. Again, and then make your own bracelet to match. Can I show you that? That's the collar. And then that's... Anyway, utterly ridiculous. And then this one, thought there was oh no, it's only illustrated here. Is it? Yeah, so you got this thing like the Bardot. They're using basically eyelash yarn. You don't even get a sort of a good idea of what you're knitting up, really. But again, it's good for basic structure. There's a fish and a coat and a pillow. Suffice to say, I've never used them. This one I got myself years and years ago when I started spinning, because I just do 100 grams, and then not know what to do with it. And this was sort of an effort to try and use up those skeins, but actually whatever I wanted to make ended up not being the right weight. I'm trying to find a picture here. Have I shown you the front? 101 weight, one skein wonders. I think possibly the pictures on the cover kind of sum up what's in here. I don't think there is a... Oh no, here we go. I thought there was. So it's random, they're not all on here. Oh, hands in the way of that one. Not that it's that exciting. Yeah, so this didn't really serve the purpose for me personally. I never had the right combination of yarn and weight of yarn and pattern. I think I did a hat. Yes, I did that lacy beanie there. That's about it. Yep, another page. Another page. Jewellery and everything. Weird scalloped edged hat. Another page. Goodness. Bag. I don't find wool bags hold up very well. Mittens. At the time I didn't have any kids to knit for either, so yeah, and more hats. Some more pictures. Bag. A notebook cover. I mean, scraping the back. Oh my gosh, there's another one. Weird little monster. A headband. I mean, that's the problem with these books. They just, oh gosh, there's more. There's more. I'm not going to show you the rest. I could be here all day, actually. Yeah. The filler projects, I call them. You know, the sort of weird little bracelet and necklace, and nobody's going to wear that. This has been used extensively. This is the best Stitch dictionary that I have out of all the Stitch dictionaries. And yes, this was the one that I used for the start of my string of hearts socks. I basically took a pattern out of here and adapted it and refined it until it was something new and something I wanted to put out there. That was my first stitch pattern. So string of heart socks, I'm Dexter Loves Annie on Ravelry. Very handy if you want to just sort of design something for yourself. This one, yeah, Knitwear Design Workshop. I can't remember whether I've actually used this. I don't design garments yet. I did read it. I think my head exploded just slightly. Even though I did used to design garments, it's all gone. This is the Holy Grail. This is the Holy Bible of books. Vogue knitting, start to finish. How to design things, how to understand patterns. Let's try and find another title, but none of them are coming up. Everything to do with yarn. So yarns and supplies. It basically explains everything. It's heavy, and I don't think it was cheap. Hat, glove, mitten and sock, design and construction, shawl shapes, cables, lace knitting, mosaic knitting, brioche, entrelac, directional knitting and double knitting. The Bible. A heavy beast. Next, this got used a couple of times back in the day during COVID, during lockdown. This was a freebie from a local yarn shop that was actually closing down. So it was like spend such and such amount and buy and get this for free. So it's ordered and it's done like, I've got a recipe book like this, and you can you won't let me do it. You can choose a foot and a cuff and a toe, and then you can open it up like that to see what you think, you know, what it would look like and whether it's something you'd like to do. All the different heels and toes. So like these, a flip-flop foot, which I might try and design something like that for the summer. Short row heel with star toe, and then yeah, at the back here, there's a whole gallery of all the different options you could have used. So that's quite a good book, but I have a feeling it's out of print now. I think somebody else tried to grab a copy and were unsuccessful. But yep, I like that. I haven't opened that for a while actually, but that's fun. This one you've all seen because I bought it recently. Haven't used it yet, but knitted Moomin socks. I am a massive Moomin fan. Those are some of the socks you can do. All the little characters. I identify most with Little Mai because she's pretty feral and naughty. Next book. This is inherited from Mum. Got it when we emptied out the house. I haven't really looked too much at it, but wow. I mean, unfortunately, it's all going to be seamed construction. Might have to see if I can adapt them to top down. I mean, look at that. Aren't they stunning? Just the top modelling there. Wowee. But yeah, I managed to rescue a lot of patterns from my sister who wanted to put everything in the skip. Wow. The booties. Wow. And yeah, hopefully it's useful. If it's not, it's not. Nice cable patterns. Tiny print. Oh, look at that. Isn't that adorable? Oh dear. Next. Oh, my neighbour. An old neighbour gave me this one because she stopped knitting. It's called the Knitting Experience. And she gave it to me because I wanted to make a certain jumper that she'd made herself. Let me see if I can find it. Most of it is weird. And I wouldn't ever make it. There's a hat in here. There's leg warmers. There's a shoulder shrug. Yeah, I think it was that one. That jumper. I wanted to make that. Never did. I think it's DK. But yeah, a lot of it is the hems don't match up and deliberately just weird. Anyway, that one. Oh, that's not a knitting book. Oh, I'll show you it anyway. I don't have as many crochet books, but Tunisian and broomstick crochet is awesome. Maybe I should show you some one day. That basically is broomstick crochet. You have a line of chain, and you pull up a loop from each and hang it over a very thick broomstick sized needle. Pull all the loops up, then you go back over and you take 5 at a time and single crochet into, or double crochet into 5 at a time, which twists them like that, and then you do the next 5, next 5, next 5. I couldn't personally wear that because I'm clumsy. Anyway, I love Tunisian crochet. I've been doing it for a while. Reminds me, there is another Tunisian crochet book over there, but it can stay there. It's TL Yarns, Toni Lisi. It's quite a newish book, but I'm not going to be able to get it out right now. This one was bought for me. You've all seen it before. Absolutely love it. I have made a couple of out of here. My sheep socks being one of them. It's not on the cover, but I had already actually bought the pattern. There's about 3 or 4 patterns in here that I'd already bought. I can't find them. I'm trying to find pictures that I can show you without flashing the actual pattern at you. Cherries, little flowers, swans, butterflies, and animals and flowers and things. This one I got on recommendation from Kelly. Custom shawls. I want to migrate from sock designing to shawls. Bit of a sneezing fit there, they're a bit dusty. Yeah, I'd like to migrate on to things like hats and shawls and gloves and stuff. So this just basically shows you how to do all the different shapes of shawls. I prefer symmetrical shawls. I don't like asymmetrical, don't like them at all. I can't wear them. They just look wrong on me. I don't like knitting them. I've done a couple. Unless it's giant. If it's ginormous, like the Bated Breath shawl by Rowan Cades, but invariably they only just fit and got one end really long and dangling all over the place and the other end doesn't. So yeah, that will come soon. Just got to get better. Knitting for plus sizes. This is so that I can understand how to grade garments up for bigger bodies. I identify as plus size, but I've lost so much weight with these tumours, and once they're out, I intend to continue to be quite active, so it's quite possible I personally won't be plus size anymore, but I will still, obviously. That's some weird brochure. I don't really understand what that's doing. That thing where you just shove things in bookcases because you don't know what else to do them. Yeah, so if I designed garments, obviously I would go up as big as I could, because I've been there myself. This is another Stitch dictionary. Don't think I haven't really used this as much. They're more alternative. There's some Stranded in Tarsia at the back, and they're nice. And if you're going to make something for yourself, absolutely. But I can't use these for designing because I didn't design them. There's some pretty cool stuff in here. Bobbles and stuff. So I've never got on with bobbles. They just look like knitted skin tags to me. Anyway, right, last but not least, this was bought for me a couple of Christmases ago, and I fully intended to knit something, and then she'd done the complete lazy designer trick of not actually giving you the weights of the yarn, so she's expecting you to go ahead and buy exactly the same yarn that she's bought, and I couldn't actually find it. I know who's got it now, but it's also single ply, and don't like knitting with single ply. It's like all stuff like Lopian, Letter Lopian. It's not that widely available in the UK. So I did go through and look up all the yarns because it is still available. So Tinder from Hillesveg Fabric. And what the frick is that? So I was a bit pissed off actually with this book. Yarn. Peer Gynt from Sandnes Yarn. Huh? Excuse me. Elfoffersufferlopperlopperloppely. Yeah. Get that in Tesco's, mate. It also has, amusingly, little notes from my sister in here. Oh yeah, I'd like this one because she bought it for me for Christmas. She said, "Oh, I like this one." Hint, hint. Yeah, no. So, yeah, it's a lovely book, and I would like to maybe make one or two out of here, but I'm gonna have to do it in different yarn and look it up and do lots of research. But they're going to be super, super thick and warm jumpers. So again, it's going to be a jumper that you can only wear a couple of weeks of the year here in the UK. And I run quite warm anyway. So that's it. That's my book collection, and I've managed to keep it under half an hour. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And I kept the waffle to a minimum apart from now when I'm waffling. It's great. So I'm currently still recovering. This is pre-recorded. I hope you're all well. Thank you for watching. I've got to schedule these all up to go up, and hopefully I will be back soon. So see you soon. Bye.